we've started. The Momentous Domain is the name of this world. Gibisudun, which is the random name that they've put together for it. So the computer or the program literally randomizes it. And as you can see in the top left there, it says there were 9 rejected regions. So there were 9 of them that didn't fit. Like they just, I'm sorry, but they weren't going to be logical in any way. So they completely got rid of them and designed everything else. So this is it. They've done the geography of it all, and now they're going into the history. So we're running through the different years, and a different number of historical figures get born, and of course they end up dying for whatever reason. Considering the world's only 50 odd years, I don't think it's old age. I think those 1300 died doing something. Ooh, that was a big jump from, and now we're gone pretty much up to 2000. And then there's the events after, which are historical events, so like things being stolen, people getting killed, kings or queens being crowned, and things like that. So it's kind of neat. So this is all randomized, and you can see, I mean, there's a lot of processing power being put into this. So the number of historical figures and the years now are getting slower and slower because they're going through and thinking about every single thing that's happened. So some of the events are going to push some historical figures to do something, and they might die. So here we are going at year 90. So year 90, so that means we have about 35 years to complete. So yeah, you're probably looking at the graphics and going, what the hell am I looking at? And completely understandable. The designers, Tarn Adams, who's the big designer of the game, when he designed this, like, graphics weren't a thing that he was going to be able to do. So he just used ASCII, which is like all the stuff that a keyboard could make, all the symbols that exist. So you can look at this map and it probably makes no sense whatsoever, but because I've been playing this for about 20 years on and off, I mean, I've not been playing it for 20 years full. I take long breaks. It's an exhausting game. There's a lot that goes on, and there's a lot of build-up in it. So when you build up a whole fortress and it dies, it usually takes me about a year or so to get over that. Sometimes longer, and of course life gets in the way. So there's other things that are, all that tinking and stuff, all that noise is my cat crawling on my desk. No matter how many times I put her onto the floor, she just jumps back up and wants to sit next to me, which is cute, or sit right in front of the computer, which is annoying. So I apologize for that. This is my first stream, and I have no intent of making any money off of it or anything, so I'm literally using a laptop, an old TV monitor as my second monitor, and a headset and experience and trying to figure things out. So this isn't like it's me being good at this or anything. So as these last 5 years tick down, if you notice those eyes with the accent, the yellow eyes with the accent, those are Elvish cities, and the Omega symbols are Dwarvish. And the colors can sort of tell you sort of what is going on. So at the top there, oh, we're just going through a whole finalization of everything. So now we can actually move around the map. So if you look down here, we can go around, and it has names of all the places in the world. So this is kind of neat. This sea here is the constructive gulf, and we'll move over here into this forest, which is actually a jungle. On the continent of direction, this is the obscure jungle, and these are some hills here, and this like purpley stuff here is goblin pits. Now dwarves don't like goblins, not at all. So yeah, you're probably going to end up going to war with them. And let's see, what else do we got here? So some forests and things. Yeah, there's a really that's a Goblin Fortress, so that's not good. And then there's this really cool mountain range in the middle here, which I was watching. And I'm thinking about starting off there. So this is the Alchemical Point, which is what an amazing name for a mountain range. And it's a huge mountain range. Like, this is a huge part of the continent. Just this massive mountain range. Oh, look, I have someone who's talking to me. Isn't that nice? I suppose I don't actually have to type in here. I can just talk. I'm so new to this, so you'll have to apologize. And my internet's not the best, so if there's any lag and stuff, you can probably blame my internet provider. I've had issues with them for 5 years. I'm not going to be nice. So yeah, this is the world, and this is where we're going to go. So yeah, there's a whole lot of it. And what else? Look, this was like a swamp. Steps. And this is a swamp. The swamp's of crafting. So anyway, I don't want to go through this, because I got to worry about where we're going to end up going. So obviously I'm going to select this map, and now they're going to save everything, so everything gets put onto my computer, so it's all nice and good kept there. So they're going to take all the units and put them into a file, and in all the history. And this really is the cool part about Dwarf Fortress, is that it puts this much effort into making the world. So there's a story that's already built, and you get put into it, 125 years in this case, into the world, and the stories come out of it. Interesting desert scape to the northeast. Yeah, it does. And I was thinking about doing a sort of like a desert playthrough. I've done them before, but I usually end up going to the mountains and just trying to get a good cliff in the mountains. So anyway, the world's been made. Let's get into the fortress, so it's going to load up everything. Yeah, I might go up. Cold glacier. I don't know. Yeah, I'm using DF hack, Dwarf Fortress hack, mostly just so that I have a bit of control over what goes on. So I just have things. I'm going to get rid of that. I just have things like just a bit of control over when I get migrants, or caps of the population, so that it's not I don't get them all the time right off the bat, and kind of throws me off guard. Thank you, official BB Nicole. I appreciate that you say I'm doing terrific. What biome am I looking to generate land in? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I'm thinking about doing something new, and you mentioned this. This looks pretty neat. That looks like the momentous domain. Oh, that's where we are. Oh, my cat's walking in front of the computer here. So we are in a mountain here, so up by the glacier. This looks like temperate mountains. And I thought that that would have been a... Okay, sand, here you go. No aquifer, which is good. A nice river. Or in this case, a brook. No vegetation and no trees. See, this is the hardest part about Dwarf Fortress, by far. It's trying to pick where to put your fortress. Because you always think, I want this, that, and the other thing. But you can't get everything. And then you think of the... Like I want trees. But obviously if you're going to make a thing in a... If you're going to make your fort in a sand place, you're not going to get trees. You could grow trees and grow them underground. But no, I don't want that. I want these keys here. It's been a while since I've played. Probably a year? Over a year. Probably closer to 2 years. So what do we have here? Shallow metal, deep metal, that's good. Grassland. That seems a bit easy. What if I do this? Because it's all grassland. Okay. So, in case anyone doesn't know what's going on, so it's like 3 layers of zoom. So the one on the right is the world map. So that's everything that's happening in the world. And then the one in the middle is sort of like an up-close zoom of the world map. And then the one on the left is the local, and that's where we're going to actually put our fortress, or I guess in this case it's more of a colony. The 7 dwarves are going to go there. So if I look at what's going on in the world map, and I think I can move, I move in the region here, left and right, and then that moves me over in the world map a bit, just so you can get a sense of scale. But yeah, I'm thinking something here, the Hairy Hill. And there's a stream there, the distance of clarifying. Yeah, we can get fungy wooden caverns. Scary caverns. So grassland, and then further up here there's this, but this is probably going to be really cold. Yeah, this is really cold. Sand desert for glass makers. And a light aquifer. Aquifers scare me. I gotta be straight up about that. Aquifers scare me. I think I've only ever done it twice in an aquifer, and I got frustrated pretty quickly. So maybe it is something that I should try to do. So that's crazy. Sand up here, and this is a tundra in a rocky wasteland. So there, desert up in the north. And another one. These are humans, right? I think that's humans. The O's, the zeros, the coffins. Pretty sure that's a human. Yeah. Oh yeah, we get to pick where we're from and the elevation. Therabenini. Cold savannah. That's funny. Yeah, see, my internet's going crazy here. I'm so sorry, official BB Nicole. that my internet is being such a pain. That's my fault. I take responsibility for not. It's funny, I have, what's it called? Contacted my internet service provider because I DM with my friends on Roll20. So sometimes like I turn into a robot so that they can't hear me, and that's hard when I'm the DM. If I was the player, I could probably get away with it because I wouldn't need to talk as much, but in terms of being a DM, it's a bit hard because you're always describing stuff and then everyone's like, what's going on? I can't hear anything. So that sucks. So obviously, so I've called them a couple times and said like, what's going on? They sent me a new router and everything, and that's all been fixed supposedly. It still doesn't work. So this is good. Wow, that's a big. There's like 2 next side by side, 3 if you count that little one out there. It's like a little. So obviously this would be where all the dwarves, and there's a lot of dwarves in these mountains. I mean, there's this colony, there's those 3, 4, 5, like there's so many. So I don't want to start there. That'll be the dwarf home that we leave. Now, which way do we go? Would we go north? Would we go south? Let's see what happens if we go south. There's all the swamps because you're getting really warm. A light aquifer. I don't think, the last time I played, I don't think aquifers were divided into light and dark. Light and dark. Light and heavy. I don't think that was a thing. They're all light aquifers. I don't know if that's good. What's west? You know, I'm really feeling over here. I really like this. So there's a human colony here. 2 of them. Those are humans, right? I'm pretty sure those are humans. Then there's this sand desert, scarce trees. Yeah, but if I go down here, what's this? I don't know what this is. Sinister, scary. And these are I used to have something where you could find the they would tell you the different biomes, but I guess no, I have to do this, don't I? I have to go in and do that. Yeah. Okay, so if I do that, a rocky wasteland with no trees, and then the other biome, that one is a rocky wasteland with no trees. So they're 2 of the same. You're a new streamer too, official BB Nicole? Yeah, me too. This is literally my first stream. This is literally, I came home from work yesterday and downloaded the program, what is it called? OBS. Because I've done this before. Pick the yellow sand mountain. Yeah, you're probably right. That's what I think I'm going to do, is go here. I just don't like trading for trees. But I mean, shallow metal, deep metals, that's pretty cool. If I can get something that's a bit more get something that's a bit more yeah, like this. Let's see. Anyway, what was I saying? Near a new streamer. Yeah, so I literally just went and got this now. Is there too many humans around here? I don't see many humans here. That slip trapped the brook. It's cold, so everything will freeze. That's useful. In the winter. Maybe not for fun. Well, whatever. We're dwarves. We farm underground. So then we have that, which is the mountains. Oh, but there's aquifers. Don't like that. And that's a whole woodland. So that's pretty... That's pretty good if I go south here. So I could do that. Serene. That's kind of scary. Serene and calm. Maybe there's something around here. What's this? Thank you. Yeah. Well, look at that. Two different places with mountain. See, I see a yellow mountain and I think it's sand. But it doesn't look like there's sand here. So what are these? Oh, there's 3 biomes. So there's that one, clay, deep metals, flux stone, that's good. And then again, clay, some soil, no trees, sparse trees. We follow this stream. Where does it go? Up here? Aquifer. Talk about picky, eh? Trying to find a place without an aquifer in Dwarf Fortress. Do there. That just made me think, what happens if there's an aquifer in one biome that you're in the other biome? I guess there's just mirthful surroundings. I don't remember what that means. Probably something like fairies will come and rob you or something. Something crazy like that, right? Very deep soil, shallow metal, deep metal. Oh yeah, they are. Are they humans? Or is that just a rocky wasteland? South side of the sandy mountain range. No, that's a savanna. I mean, that's what they do to the humans, is the upside down U's, because they're tall. We're tall, I guess, because technically I'm a human. But not for this game. What's this here? Huh. I don't like them. Whoever they are. O's to do that. Let's see. So there's a dwarf place. Multiple constructions. I don't think there's any other deserts here. Further south, there's a mountain range that is completely overrun with dwarves. Like, wow. Yeah, no trees. Picky. And then the elves. Pfft. Says the Twitch streamer with an elvish name. I don't like elves. You gotta be in character, right? Playing Dwarf Fortress. So you're gonna be a dwarf. You cut down all the trees and yeah, there's nothing else. It's the only desert. Oh well. And go to these bogs, and that's where all the elves live on this island. So that's elvish. These poor dwarves. What are they thinking? You know, it'd be kind of interesting is who came here first, the elves or the dwarves. And then, of course, you rewrite history. So if the elves came here first, then obviously the dwarves are trying to save it. But if the dwarves were here first and the elves came in, then it's the evil elves coming in. Maybe that means, so down there too, is that a full? Yeah, so they're actually around. I'm just going to blame the elves, because that's what you do when you're a dwarf. You blame the elves. I didn't think I made this to be that. This is a whole big elven kingdom here. Nino Alino. With the stream climax dead. The names in this thing, man. Okay, let's get back to finding a place. Humans aren't that bad. At least they're not elves. Elves are the problem. So if we go right into the mountain, should I just do a search? Embark anywhere is disabled. Mouse control is enabled. I don't want mouse control. Get rid of that. Sand indicator. I do want any of that stuff. They used to have a search. Am I just missing that? Maybe I am. Oh, no. Find. I think you're right. I think you're right, though, official BB Nicole. I think they used to be human settlements. I don't disagree. Because I remember thinking a long time ago that the upside down U's were, because I always think, like, why did they choose these symbols for those things? And like the eyes with the accent on it for the elves, you know, that's because the elves living in their tree houses, right? And so why did they use those upside down U's for humans? Because they have long legs. Because that's what they usually have their names, something like that, right? Like long legs, you know, from like Longshanks, what Sam yells at Aragorn. Come at you, Longshanks. So let's just do this and see. I kind of do want a river. Deep metal, soil. Oh wow, that's whole new. Little some deep. We'll just whatever. And clay, whatever. I mean, I want sand. Like the things that I want to do. The things that I want to do are like really get into glassworks. Just one of those things. So, you know, this is scanning the entire world. I don't know what technology the dwarves have to do this. Maybe it's because I'm one of their gods. Actually, it's mostly because it's a video game and it wants us to have fun with a capital F. Dwarf Fortress puts the FU in fun. I'm probably not the only person to have said that. So there's a lot of places that have... Oh, they don't have a thing on the search thing for trees. Or would that have been... Yeah, they don't have anything for trees. Although probably with... Oh, I didn't put clay or soil. Yeah, so this is... I'm going to have to... Can I stop search? Yes, I can. Okay. So how long have I been doing this for? A half hour. So there's all the different locations that exist, and you can see that it's mostly the dwarves have already been there. I don't care about rain, whatever. We're dwarves. Elevation, whatever. Evil and savagery can be whatever. Soil. Some. Trees grow in clay. Oh, it's a yes, no. Whatever. So let's see if that narrows it down a bit. So it looks like it's scanning and it's going to pick up all the same places. So down there. Okay. Oh. Yeah, down in the southwest, in that little spot, is like the only place. That's something that they should add. Have like a distance to Elvish settlement, so you can pick and say, as long as it has these things and it is this far away from elves, then it's good. Yeah, it's still, my eyes are being drawn to that desert. And again, I like elves. Yeah, I'm not going down there. So this is where, so I could browse the results now, and it'll take me through all the different, so it's got the places that are marked, right? So obviously dwarf land down here in all the mountains, and then, like, I'm not even touching that, because, I mean, dwarves are already there. There's this place here. This looks pretty wild. Doesn't look like there's very much around here. Temperate shrubland, warm woodland, like, yeah. The influential walls. I want to know the name of that. I don't know what. They usually take out the vowels, but sometimes they take out the letters. When I'm looking at the brook here, or not the letters, obviously they take out letters. Consonants. So it could be like black something, the evenness of something. Not that it really matters, but if it was a really hilarious brook name, I might go there. Okay, so here's someplace down here. I mean, we would be completely surrounded by goblins now that I just look at the map. To the south, and this does not look good. That's a whole fortress, isn't it? The drenched murk. Saltwater marsh. Yeah, this doesn't look like fun. And these are goblin pits. They don't say, but they look like goblins. Stream, the stinky tenacity. Yeah, that's not fun. Okay, so there's this place where we'll probably just end up being killed super fast from goblins. That's always fun. Wordy beans. That's a Twitch name. This is probably a volcano. Right there. Yep, the steamy furnaces. We could do that, but it's right next to these goblins. Yeah. That's a goblin place. Man ulcer. These should all be Twitch names. Man ulcer. The brook. And then there's nothing over here. But then if you go back, see? It really is. Like, the perfect place is this. This whole... The hills of directing. I've lost my cursor. Where's my cursor? Right up there. Like this whole desert place. The towers of consideration. I am considering them. If I could get a good place that's sort of like half and half. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. So we're just gonna have to pick in here. Pad Church. Rayfern. I just like the names. Da da da. Cold. Now we're dwarves, we can deal with that. I can't embark here, can I? This is too tall up, high up the mountain. But let's follow that stream. What is it? Empire Breath. Now that's a stream name. Like, not a Twitch stream. Brook. Brook. Empire Breath. So let's follow Empire Breath and see where it goes. Right here. And then it meets up with the stream, the distance of clarifying, which you probably will remember from like 5 minutes ago when I was planning this. And we were all watching. So this is good. Sparse trees, that'll work. Because then we can have enough trees to do stuff and still... So why not? I'm going to check this like right here. So we have the two biomes. We have the Curious Field and the Towers of Consideration. I think this is where we're going to embark. I think this is where we're going to embark. Can I clear? I can clear. Okay, so now my search isn't flashing here. I think this is where we're going to embark. I just want to make sure. So we got the brook there. Do we want the brook? We can move the brook maybe to the left side, like that, or to the right side, like that. Right side. Right side? Left side? Upside down side. I think I'm gonna do that. Clay, there's a bit of soil, shallow metal, deep metal, lots of metal. I don't know what serene does. Moderate vegetation, it's temperate. I think this is the best place. I think we're going to embark here. So press the E button and